Most service business owners are sitting on a goldmine of knowledge that they don't realize is worth thousands. I'm talking about an untapped 10 grand per month that doesn't require more tools, more employees, or more time working on client projects. So if you've been running your service business for any length of time, you've already developed expertise that clients would pay a premium price for. And the latest ChatGPT breakthrough makes it easier than ever to package all this knowledge into a profitable consulting offer. And if you don't already know, they recently launched their new deep research model, which now makes it super easy for you to create a system that attracts ideal clients in just days, not months, turning what's already inside your head into a brand new steady income stream. And I'm planning on proving it works by building one live right in front of you today. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what type of additional revenue stream you can add to your service business without working harder, how to use ChatGPT to identify what people will actually pay you for that you're already an expert at, and the step-by-step system to turn your existing knowledge into an extra $10,000 every single month with minimal extra time investment. So imagine you're a chef who spent years perfecting a signature dish. You know exactly which ingredients work best, the exact cooking times, and all the little tricks that make it taste amazing. Now, imagine someone offered you $500 just to tell them how to make it themselves. Would you do it? Most chefs would say no. They'd rather have you come to their restaurant. But what if I told you there are people right now who would gladly pay for your expertise alone? That's exactly what Bobby Kroll discovered. So Bobby runs a landscape design business in St. Louis, and for years, he focused exclusively on local clients where he could physically transform their outdoor spaces. But then he started posting videos showing his work and answering questions. Something unexpected happened. People from all over the country suddenly started contacting him, and they'd ask things like, "Can you just create a design that my local team can carry out?" Bobby hadn't even thought about this before, but he quickly realized there was huge demand for his knowledge alone. So he created his master plan package, a consulting service delivered entirely over Zoom, and he now earns thousands every month sharing the expertise he already had without digging a single hole or planting a single shrub. Now, to show you how this can work for any business, let's use a fictional example of a closet installer. Let's call him Carl, and he wants to expand into home organization consulting. It's perfect because he already has the expertise from years of installing custom closets. He knows what works, what doesn't, and how to organize things and maximize space. Now, he just needs to package that knowledge up so he can sell it. So let's build this extension to Carl's business right now in real time so you can see exactly how it works. Starting with step 1, defining your client. So why is that so important? Well, because your coaching client is gonna be a little different from your done-for-you service client, right? Most businesses fail right here. They just take a guess of who their client is and what they want instead of doing the real research to know for sure. But truly understanding your ideal client means you can make an offer that they actually want. And with AI deep research, you can be super specific and accurate. But before we start here, let me quickly explain the tools that we're going to be using. So the newest AI models offer what's called deep research capabilities. ChatGPT has one that's included on all their plans, including their free version. But the catch is, as of the time I'm filming this, I think they're limited to like 2 deep research sessions per month, and you're gonna get 10 with the $20 a month plus plan. And I do believe it's unlimited on the $200 a month plan. Things will change obviously over time, but if you pay for a Google Workspace account, you now have free access to Google Gemini's version, which is, I'd say, almost just as good. So just use whichever one you prefer and whichever makes more sense for you money-wise. So now let's start by building a detailed client profile. I'd start by just going to ChatGPT or Google Gemini, make sure I have deep research turned on, then enter in this prompt. As a closet installer looking to offer home organization consulting remotely, who would be my ideal client? List their demographics, pain points, goals, and what would make them pay for organizing expertise rather than just installation. Now, of course, you would put in your own details here for your own business. Now, what I like about ChatGPT is they always come back to you with a few really smart questions just to make sure it's going in the right direction. So you want to answer those questions as best you can. And then it's going to take quite a while to actually do this research, but that's good. That means it's really thinking it through. So check out all these demographics. They've got the age and gender breakdown. We're saying millennials are now in their 30s and 40s, and they would want to do it while they're starting a family, while boomers may be downsizing or revamping. So different use cases for different types of clients. Talks about their household income, home ownership and living situation. Just look how in-depth this is. It's kind of crazy. So now that we have all that, let's go a step further and figure out the actual words, the language that our clients are using when they talk about their problems. This is really important because when your marketing sounds exactly like the conversations happening in their own head, they're going to instantly connect with you. So staying inside the same chat here so that it remembers all the context that we already have, let me enter in this prompt. What words and phrases do homeowners use when talking about their closet and home organization problems? Look at real review sites, online forums, and discussion groups, and give me actual quotes or examples I might hear. It's going to have some more questions for you, just answer those, and then it's going to get to work researching this part. And this took 15 minutes to get, but it's really good. So let's check it out. We've got quotes about closets specifically, the emotional frustrations, the practical complaints, right? Talking about how small their space is. Then we have stuff about kitchens. What are the emotional frustrations? What are the practical complaints? And then the same with pantries. So it's giving you really detailed stuff for all of these situations, both emotional and practical. And this is gold. I mean, look at these authentic phrases. Our garage has so much random stuff, I don't even know where to start cleaning it out. Using these exact phrases in your marketing makes clients feel understood immediately. So now that we understand our client, let's move on to step 2, offer development. Why is this step important? Well, most offers fail because businesses guess what clients want instead of putting in the actual work of researching it. Well, what used to be really hard is easy now, as I hope you're starting to see here. So your offer needs to solve a specific problem that your ideal client has, one that they're already looking to solve. With AI research, we can create something that they actually need, not just what we think they might want. Because let's face it, the right offer sells itself with a lot less marketing efforts. So let's do what we can now to make it a little easier on us later. So we're just going to use AI to research what's missing in the market. So I will enter this prompt. What specific organization problems would homeowners consider worth paying a consultant to solve? What consulting services are currently available for homeowners, and what gaps exist that I could fill as a closet installation expert? So then you answer their questions, it's going to get to work. It took 13 minutes to come up with this one. So now we have all these problems that people would pay money to have you help them solve. Then we get into all the actual consulting services that you could offer, including pricing recommendations too, which is pretty cool. And it talks about all those gaps in the market that you can fill that most people don't offer. So this is gold when it comes to figuring out what your offer is actually going to be. So now let's take all of that and help us create a unique consulting package. So I'm going to use the prompt based on my background as a closet installer for this case. What unique consulting package could I create that helps homeowners organize their entire home? Include session structure, deliverables, and pricing recommendations. And for this one, you don't necessarily have to have deep research turned on. You can just have it kind of think through it with its reasoning model. And it came up with a package name here, the Total Home Organization Blueprint. It tells you what it is. It's recommending you sell this as a multi-session package. And it tells you exactly what happens in each session and what you deliver in each session. So it's pretty cool, pretty detailed. And it tells you exactly what you should charge for it. $750 to $1,000. Sounds pretty good. And just like Bobby's master plan package that we talked about earlier, this leverages your expertise without requiring any kind of a physical presence. So now let's test this offer by anticipating any objections that people will naturally have. This is really going to help us fine-tune the offer before we launch it. Knowing why people are going to say no up front helps us preemptively address those concerns about whether they need in-person service, if the investment's worth it, and how to make sure your new offer is going to be a good fit. So I'll use the prompt, what objections might my ideal client have about this home organization consulting offer? How can I best address each one? And again, you don't have to have deep research turned on for this one. And it came up with some really good stuff. We have, skepticism about it being remote. Like, how can I trust that that's actually going to work if you're not there? And it tells us how we would best, combat that response. Cost concerns, right? Seems expensive compared to doing it myself or even hiring a handyman. That might be cheaper. And it tells you how to talk about that. Time commitment, all these different objections that are really super common to an offer like this. Now that we have that, let's move on to step 3, the messaging. So having a great offer isn't enough if you can't explain it clearly. Good messaging focuses on benefits rather than features because people buy based on emotion first, then they justify it with logic later. When you use the right words, potential clients are going to feel understood on a deeper level, sometimes better than they understand themselves when you do it right. So first off, let's create a really simple one-liner that captures your offer. Now, this isn't just for cocktail parties, right? It's going to be the backbone of all of your marketing going forward. Think of it as the main message that shows up everywhere. Your website, your videos, your emails, everything. This really keeps you focused and makes sure that clients instantly get what you do. So for this, you can again keep deep research turned off. It's not researching as much as it's just, deep thinking. So I'm going to prompt it to create a clear, simple one-liner for my home organization consulting service that states the problem I solve and the outcome I deliver. Keep it under 20 words. And so it thought about it and it says, I transform your cluttered home into an organized, efficient space with expert remote consulting. Super easy and people will get it. So this becomes your go-to explanation when people ask what you do and in all of your marketing going forward. It's concise, it's benefit focused, and it addresses both pain and solution. But now let's take it a step further and create some benefit-driven messaging by converting features into emotional benefits. So what I can ask here is, for my home organization consulting service, convert these features into emotional and practical benefits that would resonate with frustrated homeowners. And then you would just list everything that you're planning on including with your offer. But maybe you don't know what should be included. If that's the case, I would just modify this to, for my home organization consulting service, please research the features I should include to make my version of the service better than my competitors. List each proposed feature, at least 10, in a table, and in the next column, convert these features into emotional and practical benefits that would resonate with frustrated homeowners. And again, you would fill in the blanks with your own specifics here. And then if you're gonna have it do this research, I would turn deep research back on. It's gonna ask you some questions. Yeah, so after 7 minutes, I got this back. You've got some intro material up top, but then if you scroll down, here's where we get to the table, and you've got the feature that they would recommend that you include, and then you've got emotional and practical benefit for the homeowner. And that's the stuff you really want to talk about. See how each feature connects to an emotional outcome? This is what sells your service, not the features alone. So now let's move on to step 4, your sales funnel. Now, this is super important and my personal favorite part of the whole process, because without a clear plan for people to follow, most potential clients just get stuck and they never move forward. A good sales funnel simply guides people from first finding you, the top of the funnel, all the way down to becoming a paying client. And it should feel helpful, not pushy the whole time. And the cool thing is AI can absolutely help us design each step based on what actually works for clients like yours. So let's map out that customer journey. I'm just gonna prompt it to create a simple sales funnel for my home organization consulting service from how people first discover me to becoming a paying client. And you can probably turn deep research off for this one too. So it gives you everything from the beginning, awareness, right? It's saying they find you through YouTube videos, social media posts, or blog articles. Then we talk about lead capture, nurturing that lead, getting them into a consultation with you, then where they buy, then how you onboard them and actually work with them. Now this gives us a complete path, right? Everything from where people find you in the first place, all the way through getting them on your email list through the website and follow-ups. Now, as a part of the sales funnel, we need a lead magnet, right? This is the free piece of valuable content that you give away in exchange for that email address. It's a really important step in your funnel because it bridges that gap between someone just finding your content and actually becoming a lead that you can follow up with over here. So without this step in your funnel, most people, they'll check out your stuff and think, that's nice. Then poof, they're gone forever. So I'm just gonna ask here, give me 5 unique actionable ideas for a lead magnet that would appeal to homeowners struggling with organization. For each, give me a title, 5 bullet points on what it includes, and how it gives them a quick win. And here we've got 5 ideas. Ultimate home organization checklist. It tells you exactly what would be included and how it gets them a win. The 5-minute declutter challenge, I like that one even better. Everything that's involved with that. And we've got a few more ideas too. So from here, you would just kind of figure out which one resonates most with you, what you think would work best for your clients. Okay, so finally, let's write the copy together for your consultation offer landing page. I'm just gonna prompt it, write the exact landing page copy for my home organization consulting offer. Research landing page best practices for consulting offers and be sure to include as many persuasion principles and best practices in every section as is appropriate to make my offer a no-brainer for my ideal client. And I do recommend turning deep research on here because I'm asking it to research all those best practices and kind of what other people in your position have included on their landing page. You just answer the questions it asks. Now is the good part. After 10 minutes, this is all the copy we got back for the landing page. Starting off with a pretty good headline, I think. Overwhelmed by messy closets, a chaotic kitchen, and an out-of-control pantry. You're not alone and it's not your fault. Then we have this whole section. Then we introduce the organization blueprint as your way out. Now this is a pretty solid landing page. Should you refine it over time and make it even better? Yes, but this is such a great starting point that hits all the right beats to get you going quickly. It just makes it crystal clear what they get, it removes the risk and uncertainty, and it gives them a reason to act now. It does a pretty great job of giving clients confidence in both you and your process. So having a great lead magnet and the sales page to follow it is super important to your overall sales funnel. But how do you get people's attention to get them to that lead magnet in the first place? It's all about creating the right kind of free content up top, which just happens to be our final step. So why does content matter so much? Well, the right kind of content shows your expertise before people ever pay you, and it brings your qualified clients right to your door. And it works for you 24/7, even while you sleep. As cliche as that sounds, it's totally true. And today in 2025, I hate to say it, but the only kind of content that truly matters right now and going forward is video. That's because the old days of writing blog posts, answering questions on your topics are pretty much just gonna be answered by AI these days. You know, Google's already prioritizing their AI answers, and people are just moving more and more to AI tools to get these kinds of quick answers, much like we're doing here. But YouTube's the second largest search engine, and people who search for your topics there, they don't necessarily want a quick AI answer, right? They want your wisdom, your expertise. And that, my friend, is what builds relationships and creates really big demand for people to want to work with you, especially for consulting and coaching offers like this. It's your brain they want access to, and your free videos help them vet you out before they have to invest any money in you. So let's start with really simple content that establishes your expertise. I'm just gonna ask it to give me 20 simple FAQ video topics that homeowners have about home organization they'd be likely to search for on YouTube that I could answer in simple 5 to 10 minute videos. And again, you can leave deep research off for this one, and it's gonna come back with all these great topics that are FAQ based that people are very likely searching for inside of YouTube. So we've got things like how to start decluttering your closet, DIY kitchen pantry organization on a budget, decluttering 101, what to keep, donate, or toss. These are perfect starter topics because they answer questions that you probably get asked all the time. They're easy to create without a complicated script, and they establish your expertise while providing real value, and they're gonna be able to show your personality and your approach. So once you have these, finally, we wanna create a realistic content schedule. So I'm just gonna prompt it to create a realistic 90-day content schedule for a busy closet installer starting to share home organization expertise. I wanna put out 1 YouTube video per week, include how to batch create content, and what basic equipment is needed. So it's going to come back to you with the overview, your weekly content schedule, including like what should go in each video, and then the batch creation process. So it's going to walk you through exactly what you need to kind of have ready and what to do each day of your process. Even tells you what equipment you need. So all really helpful stuff to know. Now, this is just the beginning of what ChatGPT can do to blow up your business. And in this video, I'm gonna show you my ultimate guide to use AI to your advantage this year before your competition even knows what you're up to. Believe me, this is the stuff that's gonna separate the business winners from the losers. So knowing these tricks is gonna be critical to your success right now.